The psychology of people who are tired of living. This is not about wanting to die. It's about being tired of existing. There's a difference, and psychology makes it very clear. People who are tired of living are not weak. They are not dramatic. They are not broken. They are exhausted at a level most people never see. Exhausted from thinking, from adapting, from surviving quietly. This tiredness doesn't come from one bad day. It comes from years of emotional overuse. Psychology shows that when the nervous system stays in survival mode for too long, it stops seeking joy and starts seeking relief. Not happiness, relief. That's the first thing people misunderstand. These individuals aren't chasing death. They're chasing rest. Their minds feel overcrowded. Their thoughts never fully shut off. Even silence feels loud. They wake up already tired, not because they didn't sleep, but because their brain never truly powered down. Psychologists call this cognitive overload. When a person is forced to constantly self-regulate their emotions, their reactions, their expectations, their worth, the brain burns energy just to stay functional. Over time, that constant internal effort becomes draining. Another key factor is emotional accumulation. People who are tired of living usually didn't fall apart all at once. They held it together for too long. They were the reliable ones, the strong ones, the ones who kept going without complaining. Psychology shows that suppressed emotion doesn't disappear. It stores itself in the body. Unspoken grief, unprocessed disappointment, unacknowledged loneliness. All of it stacks. Eventually, the weight becomes heavier than motivation. This is why they often say, "I'm tired of everything." Not life, everything. Another misunderstood trait is loss of future attachment. Psychology explains that hope is not optimism. Hope is perceived control over the future. When someone repeatedly experiences effort without meaningful reward, the brain stops investing emotionally in tomorrow. Not because they don't care, but because caring started to hurt. This creates emotional flatness. Things that once mattered stop registering. Achievements feel hollow. Pleasure feels muted. Time feels repetitive. This state is known as anhedonia, the reduced ability to feel reward. It's not laziness. It's not indifference. It's neurological fatigue. Another powerful factor is identity erosion. Many people who are tired of living don't recognize themselves anymore. They adapted so much to expectations, to pressure, to survival, that their original identity slowly faded. Psychology shows that when identity becomes externally defined for too long, the self starts to feel invisible. You function, you perform, but you don't feel present. That creates a sense of existing without living. Then there is decision exhaustion. Every choice feels heavy. Every responsibility feels costly. Even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Not because they're incapable, but because their mental energy budget is already depleted. This is why rest alone doesn't fix it. Sleep helps the body, but meaning restores the mind. And meaning is often the first thing lost under prolonged pressure. Another critical element is emotional invalidation. Many people who feel tired of living were taught to minimize their pain. Others have it worse. Be grateful. Stay positive. Psychology shows that when pain is repeatedly dismissed, the brain stops expressing it and starts internalizing it as personal failure. This leads to shame, and shame is exhausting. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind that whispers, "Something is wrong with me." Over time, that whisper becomes constant background noise. Another reason is chronic hyperresponsibility. These individuals often feel responsible for outcomes they can't control, for people they can't save, for systems they didn't design. Psychology calls this learned over-responsibility. When responsibility exceeds control, burnout becomes inevitable. Eventually, the mind stops asking, "What do I want?" and starts asking, "How long can I keep doing this?" This is the moment people describe as being tired of living. Not suicidal, but depleted, empty, disconnected, mentally overextended. And here's the most important part psychology emphasizes. This state is reversible. Because it's not a desire for death, it's a signal for change. A signal that boundaries were crossed too many times, that needs were ignored too long, that survival replaced selfhood. People who are tired of living don't need lectures, they need restoration. Less pressure, more safety, fewer expectations, and space to exist without performing. When energy is conserved, when meaning is rebuilt, when nervous systems finally feel safe, life doesn't need to be forced anymore. It becomes possible again. And that's not weakness. That's the mind asking, very clearly, for care.